Hey guys, it's Mrs. San Maria again. Welcome to your third health lesson. Today is going to be all about reading food labels. We're going to do something called a food face-off, where two foods of similar type are going to face off against each other. We're going to compare their nutrition for 7 different components, and the one with the most check marks in their side is going to be declared the winner for each one, and there's always a possibility of a tie. And our goal today is that you guys are going to be able to read food labels by using the food face-off, and then you're going to take the results from these food face-offs and complete a Google form, which is actually a test. It's going to be 10 questions. All the answers are based on the slideshow that I provided plus this video, so please refer to it before you actually complete your test, because once you complete your test, it cannot be corrected. So make sure the answers are the ones you want before you press submit. So what we're going to do today is look at 4 different categories of food, and there's going to be 2 foods in each category. They're going to face off against one another. So let's go to our chart. And before we do that, just to remind you, you are going to take the test. What we're going to shoot for is at least a 7 out of 10, 70% on the test. So that should be our goal. Some of you will probably get 10 out of 10. It's not a very difficult test, especially if you use the information on this video and the information on the slideshow. So let's move over to our food area here. All right. So our first category is going to be snacks. It's going to be pretzel rods versus a granola bar. So we have our pretzel rods right here. 3 of them. We have our granola bar, which many of you see. You probably get in the vending machine at school a lot. And these are about the same size. They're both snacks, so I think they'd be good foods to compare. So for all these foods, we're going to compare 7 different aspects. We're going to compare calories, which again, you know calories measure energy. Generally speaking, the calories being lower are better. And all the ones in red are ones that should be lower. So whichever one in calories, saturated fat, sodium, and sugar, whichever ones are lower, those are the winners. And then our other 3 categories, fiber, protein, vitamins, and minerals, whichever one is higher is better. And I'll explain that as we go along. Saturated fat, we've mentioned many times. It's the fat that's found primarily in animal sources that clogs arteries, makes it much harder for your blood to flow through. Sodium, again, high foods with high salt content have been linked to high blood pressure, which is also a contributing factor in heart disease. Sugar we want to keep low as well. We want to keep it about 75 grams per day. And high sugar foods have been definitely linked to such diseases such as diabetes. So we want to lower the amount of sugar we take in every day. Fiber, again, the higher number the better. Fiber helps you digest food better and makes you feel fuller on less calories. Protein, for those of you who like to work out or do anything physically active, it helps build and repair muscles, so the higher number the better. And vitamins and minerals. Vitamins and minerals, basically, they help your body function properly in many different aspects, like calcium and vitamin D help your bones, vitamin C helps your immune system, vitamin A helps your eyesight. And what I did was I looked at the back of the food label and added up all the percentages together. So those numbers that you're going to see here and on the slideshow are going to represent all the vitamins and minerals combined together. So because I figured that was the easiest way to do this. So we're going to go through each of the the 7 components and figure out which one is healthier. So we have pretzel rods with 110 calories, granola bar with 150 calories. I'm going to give the check mark to pretzel rods because they have 40 less calories, so they get a green check mark right there. Probably hard to see. Let me make it a little... Okay. Saturated fat, it's very close, but again, the pretzel rods get the edge because they have no saturated fat. The granola bar only has a little bit of saturated fat. Sodium, here's where the granola bar gets the nod. The granola bar has a lot less salt. Now we go to sugar. Pretzel rods have the edge because pretzel rods don't have any sugar, while the granola bar has 8 grams of sugar. Then we go back the other way. Granola bar has a little bit more fiber, although both are not very good sources of fiber. Both are not very good sources of protein either, but the granola bar gets the nod right here. And then finally, vitamins and minerals. Wow, we have a tie. So I'm going to write tie in blue. So let's figure out who wins the food face-off here. Pretzel rods have 1, 2, 3 green check marks. Granola bar has 1, 2, 3 blue check marks. We have one tie. So it's 3, 3, and 1. This is a tie. So this food face-off ended up being a tie. So keep that in mind. So basically, I'm going to go through the other foods, but I'm not going to be doing the chart. All the charts are going to be in that slideshow. So use the same technique that I just used for the other 3 comparisons. But I'm just going to show you what the foods look like right now. So our next food face-off is actually going to be chicken nuggets and meatballs. Now we have 3 meatballs right here and 4 chicken nuggets, and they actually weigh about the same. So they're good to compare because these are main dishes. And again, when you look at the slideshow presentation, this is example 2. You're going to compare calories, saturated fat, sodium, sugar, fiber, protein, vitamins, and minerals. Figure out which one is healthier for each one. Whichever one gets the most check marks is the winner. If it's a tie, that's a tie also. On the test that you're going to be taking, this is a little weird here. Let me go back here. On the test you're going to be taking, you're going to be, for each example, you're going to have to determine who the winner is or if it's a tie. And then you're going to have to answer just questions. For example, what's one category that pretzel rods beats granola bar in? You can say calories. What's one category that granola bar beats pretzel rods in? You could say sodium. So it's all multiple choice. So that's our second example, the chicken nuggets and the meatballs. Our third example is going to be coconut milk and V8 juice. So again, we're going to compare those two, and the comparisons are being done in 1 cup serving. So basically this is 1 cup. So both servings are exactly the same. So the third example, you're going to be comparing your V8 juice, your fruit juice, and your coconut milk. And our last comparison are what we call condiments, things that basically enhance the flavor of your main course. We have ketchup, which is a very popular condiment in the United States, and we have jelly, which goes on lots of different sandwiches, or for breakfast on an English muffin. And we're going to use a tablespoon. 1 serving is 1 tablespoon for each of these. So again, you're going to make your comparison. You're going to check and see which food has more check marks on their side. And again, if it's a tie for a category, indicate that, but nobody gets the win for that. So these are going to be the 4 comparisons you're going to be asked to make in this lesson. And basically for each one, figure out which food is healthiest based on the way I just taught you with example 1. Fill out that Google form test, and just make sure when you fill out that test, you are very confident about your answers, because once you submit your answers, you cannot change them at all. At the end, there's going to be after you submit your scores, there's going to be a button you can press to view score. It will show you your score, and it will show you which ones you got correct and incorrect. And as always, if there's any questions, you can always reach me on Google Classroom. Have a good day and good luck on your test.